Hey guys, this is Ajina for the XBL Party podcast, and today we are reviewing The Medium. Now, The Medium released back in September 2021 for PlayStation 5, but it was out a bit earlier than that, actually, on the Xbox Series X and Windows stores back in January 2021. Now, the game focuses on Marianne, and it's a third-person psychological horror. If you're coming into this expecting a kind of jump scare, constantly edge of your seat type of game, this isn't it, although it kind of advertised itself as one. This is much more of a walking simulator with a huge emphasis on puzzles and story. One thing I will say on the latter there, the story, is that this game really starts slow. You need to be patient with it. The best part of the story and the best protagonists turn up over halfway through the game. So you've got a few hours of really slow gameplay to get through to some of the excellent gameplay at the end. It's a weird game in terms of the pacing. There is one enemy the entire game, and he doesn't attack you in the traditional sense. The Moor is out there just to kind of follow you and absorb you. Where some of the psychological horror comes in with this game is the way he's speaking, the fear, trying to not be seen by the creature that's tracking you, and it is genuinely unnerving at times. Some of the conversations and the lines that the Moor comes out with are fantastic. They're really unsettling and really a bit grim. But yeah, that's kind of how the game works. Now, one of the unique features this game had was that it's split into dual worlds, so you could have the game running with two worlds open at once. It's a good feature. It's quite unique in terms of no other games are doing that, where both game worlds are on there at the same time, and that the game worlds change, allowing you to walk around. It was kind of done because they said they've been trying to make this game for a while, but the technology wasn't there. One thing I will say is, whilst this is a cool concept, not at any point did I do something in the dual world and think this couldn't have been done if they'd have just switched from one world to the other, like in Shadow Man and older games. There's no benefits to this concept that I can see other than you seeing two worlds at once occasionally. But yeah, there really isn't any massive gameplay benefits, if you like. I think I was a bit disappointed. I was hoping to feel a real need for this two worlds, but there isn't one. So overall then, the game is a slow-paced game, very light on jump scares. I believe there's one the entire game that I can recall playing through, and it has one main enemy that chases you throughout. So would I recommend playing the game? Surprisingly, yes. The story for the second half is that good. Some of the levels and the level design in particular is absolutely gorgeous. Whoever was in charge of that for this game in terms of designing the environments and what they should look like and how things change when you go between the worlds, they did an incredible job. The Moor as well, whilst only one enemy, and some people might think, well, that's not interesting. Whoever was in charge of the dialogue for the Moor and kind of the pacing and setting, they did a fantastic job. It really makes you feel uncomfortable as you play with some of the lines they're coming out with. So the game itself then, slow start, excellent second half to the game. All of the main storylines, the plot twists, the reveals all happen later in the game, and then it ends kind of on a cliffhanger. So it really makes me want to play a second. That's probably the best thing I can say about the game. It's a real slow start. Please stick with it if you're going to give this a try. But shortly afterwards, I'm sure if you make it to the end, you'll realise it was worth it. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on about The Medium. If you enjoyed the review, please drop a like and consider subscribing. We have a lot of reviews here on XBL Party Podcast, as well as podcasts and other shows as well. Thanks for your time.